the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Open man here is Conklin. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. From the gun, here's Mond. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kellen Mond, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Handoff comes to Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mon now off of play action. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Bond going to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Was it Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. This is taken at the 15. A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mon looks to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd down at 5. Here's Mon. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the screen pass. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The kick by Joseph is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Jones again on second down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, Rodgers.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a second and 10.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An important play right here, third and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. The kick by Crosby is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Cook. Oh, good move. And he's got room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
81 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Able to find Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Cook, a first down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 129 yards rushing for now as his big night continues. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Oh, wait, hold effort.
following the penalty. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout. All the way up through.